talked about it briefly backstage, but the first film I saw you in was a wonderful Australian crime film, Animal Kingdom.
Indeed, the series of the same name is based on it.
Yeah, and you were very villainous in that role.
Yeah, he's not a nice guy.
He's not a nice guy.
He's not a nice guy. His name is Pope, so I guess, Pope, King, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No gray area on him, very much. Nobody walked out of that film being like, I liked him the most.
Oh, some did, but, you know, the Australians, they have a peculiar sense of this.
Do you still get recognized from that film? Like,
yeah, a bit. I mean, but they don't tend to come up to me. So that one that's sort of like, oh, yeah, they saw Animal Kingdom, because they just sort of go away. You know more if it's Bloodline or Star Wars.
So you, and I want to, it's very nice to see you in this role because you play a nice person. And
yes.
it was really lovely to see you play a nice person.
Well, thank you very much.
And you actually, you looked, because that was, for people who don't know, that was Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill.
Absolutely.
Unrecognizable.
That is Gary Oldman.
You look a fair amount like King George here. That's not bad.
Yeah, I think, you know, Joe, that's why he gave me the job.
Yeah.
You look like him.
Yeah, he was like, look, I'm wasting my entire makeup budget on Gary.
Yep.
I need everybody else has to look exactly like who they're playing.
Yep, that's it.
Famously, obviously, this is, you're playing someone who had a lisp. You had to use a dialect coach.
Yep.
How was that? Was that intense?
Yeah, it's pretty full on. Yeah, I mean, it starts to happen.
Even saying dialect coach now.
Once you start to get close to them, they start to invade you at various times. Yeah, it was a lot of work. The King's Speech is the same character, a little earlier on, a little bit of a worse, stutter.
Oh, wow.
I won't even.
So you had to go back. You had to step back from even that.
I had to go forward from that. Yes, to step back from that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm very, one of the great things about the new Star Wars films, so many people were fans and happy to see him back. I'm always happy to hear that the actors who are lucky enough to be in those films were fans. You were a fan of Star Wars?
Yeah, no, I mean, the first one comes out, I'm in the cinema, I'm 8 years old, and then the ship comes overhead, I'm in.
That's great.
Yeah.
And so was there a moment on set that you realized, oh, I'm in a Star Wars movie right now?
Yeah, so you do the rehearsals and this and that, you know you're going to be in it, but, I mean, for those of you that don't know, I kind of built the Death Star.
Yeah.
And so...
and that's great because really when you think of King George didn't do anything close to that.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, it's different. But when you have those stormtroopers there, yeah, you're in a Star Wars movie.
That's really great. And you had a lot of, you had just teams of stormtroopers behind you in that film.
I did indeed.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
First time you saw Darth Vader, how was that?
It was, it was personal, I guess. I mean, it was,
Did you keep, no, I genuinely want to ask this. Did you keep your cool the first time you saw Darth Vader on set?
No, not at all. I mean, not at all. For a start, he's enormous.
Yeah.
He's got a really bad breathing problem. I mean, like, you think so George has got problems speaking? I mean, it's hard for Darth.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you stay there, you listen, and in fact, there kind of are similarities between King George and Darth in that way.
And does Darth show up for rehearsal and everything?
No, never.
Okay, gotcha.
No.
Yeah.
Darth, I mean, there's a standing guy that does Darth stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
And then you'd be waiting around and it'd be like, okay, Darth's going to be here soon. It's like, Darth's going to be here soon. And then you hear...
Yeah. Is he ever apologetic about keeping everyone waiting?
Never apologise, never explain.
That
seems to be one of his things.
I don't know. It's just a shame.
He's that kind of guy. But look,
it's a shame he doesn't try
the work is wonderful, though. So, whatever. I've
heard we share something else. We are both comic book fans.
Oh, yeah.
Is that something you were a fan of your whole life?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, I'm a mild comic book fan. I wouldn't want to go toe-to-toe with a serious one. I'm talking about the Kirby kind of X-Men years.
Yeah.
I'm talking McFarlane's...
Seth MacFarlane, the Spider-Man stuff.
Exactly, and later than the Spawn.
Okay, great. See, there we go. We match up very well on this.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And you mentioned Bloodline, getting recognized more for Bloodline. Do you find the TV work you do, you get recognized more for than your...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because... people spend more time with you in TV. I mean, I'm in the lounge room, as it were. Whereas they don't expect to see someone from Star Wars like walking down the street. You know what I mean? So there's a bit of a disconnect.
Yeah, because when you think, I mean, you look more like your character in Bloodline in real life than you do in your Star Wars character.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I never thought of it that way, that you'd be very surprised to see someone, you're like, where was the last time I saw that guy? You'd be like, oh, the Death Star. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would definitely take you a minute.
Yeah, it does. It takes them a minute. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
In general, just such a delight to meet you. Thanks so much for being here.